Hey YouTube, today I'm going to do a movie review of The Shining. It was released on June 13th, 1980, and it's got an IMDb rating of 8.4. The movie was based on a novel by Stephen King. It was directed by Stanley Kubrick, and it stars Jack Nicholson as Jack Torrance, Shelley Duvall as Wendy Torrance, Danny Lloyd as Danny, Scatman Crothers as Halloran, and King was inspired to write this novel after staying at the Stanley Hotel. So this is the Wikipedia page of the Stanley Hotel. And under the Shining section it says, sometime in 1974, horror writer Stephen King and his wife Tabitha spent one night at the Stanley Hotel during their brief residency in Boulder, Colorado. At the time, King was struggling with Darkshine as the working title of his latest project. King had set the events of the book in an amusement park, but he felt a more isolated setting was necessary. According to George Beam's Stephen King companion, on the advisement of locals who suggested a resort hotel located in Estes Park, an hour's drive away to the north, Stephen King and Tabitha King found themselves checking in at the Stanley Hotel, just as its other guests were checking out, because the hotel was shutting down for the winter season. After they checked in, Tabitha went to bed and King roamed the halls and went to the hotel bar where drinks were served by a bartender named Grady. As he returned to his room number 217, his imagination was fired up by the hotel's remote location, its grand size, and its eerie desolation. And when King went into the bathroom and pulled back the pink curtain for the tub, which had claw feet, he thought, what if somebody died here? At that moment, I knew I had a book. So King was inspired to write the novel. And in the movie, the hotel's name is changed to the Overlook Hotel. So the movie is about a guy named Jack Torrance who agrees to look after the hotel during the winter season, and when it closes down, the weather gets really bad in this town. This fictional hotel in the movie is also located in Colorado. He brings his wife and son with him to the hotel, and while staying there he wants to write a novel, just like Stephen King. So he begins to write a novel, and then he goes to the bar where he gets a drink from the bartender, bourbon on the rocks. And so Then he starts to go crazy and attempts to murder his wife and son. His son has psychic powers such as telepathy and the ability to predict the future. His psychic powers are called the Shining. So when they first move to the hotel, they meet this guy named Halloran, who's like the chief cook at the hotel. When Halloran is giving Danny and Wendy a tour of the kitchen, he calls Danny Doc. And Wendy asks him how he knew that they call him Doc sometimes. Well, he doesn't tell Wendy, but later he tells Danny that he's also got the same psychic power that Danny has. So when Jack is attempting to murder Danny and Wendy, Danny is able to use his psychic power to communicate with Halloran. That's why Halloran attempts to call them at the hotel. And the radio gets broken by Jack. And during the winter, the weather gets so bad and there's like mountains of snow. So the only thing that can be used to navigate out of the mountains is a snowcat. So in the movie, it's not really clear whether Jack was already a psycho before moving to the hotel, or if he goes crazy after staying at the hotel. But I think he gets possessed by one of the evil spirits at the hotel. And that's why he tries to kill his wife and son. Because the bartender that he talks to at the hotel is a ghost. And he also sees other ghosts in the ballroom. One of the ghosts run into him while he's drinking at the bar. And then when he goes to the restroom with the ghost, he talks to him. And then near the end of the film, Wendy is also able to see the ghosts. So Jack is the one who gets possessed. Nothing happens to Wendy and Danny. They're able to escape at the end. So overall, this was a good movie, and I wouldn't really classify it as a horror movie. I'd probably call it a drama and a psychological thriller. It does have the supernatural element to it, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a horror movie. So I would give The Shining an 8.1 out of 10. I haven't read the novel, so I can't really compare it. But overall, it was an entertaining movie to watch. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll see you later with another movie review. Bye.